Hey folks, Ivan here. Alright, so this is going to be a little different. The Vive on my microphone, or my Vive microphone, took over again and completely screwed everything up, so you got to hear a horrible voice, and couldn't hear me at all. So, we're going to go over some little bits of highlights here and there. It should be about 23 minutes or so. And so here I'm showing off the new gatehouse that I did for the bridge. I figured since I already did the gatehouse over there, I'm showing off all the murder holes here. This is those battlements are the additional blocks mod. Didn't have an additional blocks mod for the inner corner for some reason, but I did have it for here, and it's quite nice. I'm showing off the fact that I can get and shoot at people that are on the bridge if invaders were to come. And here we go down through the hatch. Come around this way. This is the upper portion of the gatehouse. I've got some more arrow slits right here. Unfortunately, they don't go all the way up to the top. And so that was that. And I'm showing off the fact that there's nothing to that side. More arrow slit holes. Coming down the stairs. I really enjoyed doing this build. Here's more of the one side. Then we're at the lower deck portion here. I do have to do... I don't know if I did fix this part up yet or not. But I'm showing this off here. Trying to remember what I was trying to say right then and there. So I'll go through there. Oh, you know what? I think this is where I actually did fix the block issue. So what I did is I just had to add 2 arches right here, there, and over here. And tack that into place. Tack that one into place. And then I'm looking up and I see the murder holes there. And shortly I should go back up. Yep. There we go. Missed the stairs for a minute. And there we go. I like this because I can open up the door and then be able to attack things down below. There's a little clipping issue. Not a big deal. So anyways, moving forward. Showing off a little bit more of the interior. Showing off the passageway that way. Overall, I was admiring... I think in this whole thing I was admiring... how everything was looking. Oh, I remember now. Here I'm trying to figure out the door. So I start putting that up. There we go. I wanted a door there. The integrated doors are not working right now. Integrated wooden doors. And here I'm showing off that, you know, if invaders were to come, we would close off those 2 things, which would block a whole the majority of the entrance, and then we'd have the doors as a final way to keep people in there. Oh, that's lovely to see. I didn't realize that the overlay was also showing off when people were joining their games. I'd actually have to fix that. Make a mental note of that. I'm not sure when that started again, but it seems like when there must have been a Steam update that defaulted a bunch of stuff, because I had to reset my Steam overlay. For me, I have it set to Control Shift Tab, and here I'm showing off more of the what I've been thinking about doing with the dungeon here, as well as I don't remember if I lit it up before or not. Here I decided to work on it since it's well lit. And you're gonna have to let me know in the comment section down below if you can actually see with all these torches around, because if I can work on it for a video, I definitely will. I'm just really concerned about people being able to see it. And there we go. Taking up some walls here. Putting up some more walls over there. And what I did was I did double walls for these. There we go. Tack those in place. Alright, and then I was taking a quick look around everything else. Yep, all looks fine. Oh boy. Right, so, I also wanted to show off all the various things that I did. The staircase over here, I believe this is new to everyone else. I wanted ways to get around that were easy for me to do, get into places. This little back cove here got finished up right and lit quite well, I might add. Added in a clean block over there. Little brazier back here for a little aesthetic purpose. Just some viewing ports. More of the same that I've shown off before. And yeah, it was looking really good. I was admiring my work. I decided to go ahead and start decorating the dungeon, or at least a few cells right there on that first section. So there I went and put down a crafting table in the upper room so that I can go back to it and use it as needed. And decided the bed should be facing this way. And I'll do that for everyone. Apparently at that time, one of my friends decided to play Fallout 4. He plays a lot of that. I played it, I just could never get into the story. I beat it, but it's just, it was a pain. And I think I'm trying to figure out what else I need. I think I decided to go with the... Oh, I was trying to figure out what doors I would need. Yeah, or not doors, shelves. That's it. Shelves or tables. I kept going back and forth on that, and I can't... Because the audio was so screwed up, I couldn't even figure out what I was saying during this video, and I recorded it a week ago. I'm recording this on a Saturday before, or it's supposed to be released on Monday, so I'm trying to remember exactly what I did. Built a bunch of these tables here, built a bunch of chairs, which I won't use in the future. You may notice that there's a bunch of, I think that's either copper or iron ore. I think it's iron ore. And it's the crushed version. And so I was meaning to drop that off at the smeltery before I did this, and I forgot about it, so it stayed in my inventory and took up valuable space. Here I'm trying to position this just right so that it would look like it belongs. And unfortunately, the table is just ever so slightly in the wrong place. It's just too big, unfortunately. And so I end up putting it right in the middle, just like this, and saying, you know what? They share a table from now on. So I went to start picking that up and just because I thought I had misplaced it, and no, it was correct. Go to the next one. Go. There's the next one. So go up here. Decide that I don't need all this stuff, and so eventually I start crafting crates in order to store these extra chairs and tables for later use. There we go. And I cut it and and started showing off the doors that I chose for the next set of cells, which are exactly the same as the other one. There I was verifying which way it's supposed to go. Double checking. It's with these sturdy pass doors, it's always key to kind of double check to make sure everything works right, because otherwise you'll get clipping, and you'll see that in like the main room. There's a door that clips, and then here's the bars that also sturdy pass productions. Love them, to be honest. They're perfect for this. So I put that in, and the reason I've inset the bars back there, and I'm showing this off right now, is so that if a prisoner were to try to reach out to grab a guard, more than likely their arm's going to get caught early on. Whereas if it was out towards the front of the cell, then they would have a lot more reach. So that was a whole backstory, if you will, for why that was set that way. So just admiring the work, make sure the doors are closed, and then I believe at this point I was talking about how I need to mine that out, and then I would probably off camera decorate those as well. Right. Oh, I should mention, I do apologize. Oh, there was that clipping door, by the way. If the video is slightly off, as far as where I'm talking, I used voice recorder to record my voice, and then I'm putting it over the top, just because of the limitations of Microsoft Photo and Video Editor. All right. So this you may or may not recognize. This is the iron mine right outside of the dungeon. And so when I first started this new world, I made this giant hole, which on camera and off camera, I have fallen into more times than I can count. So I decided to fill in the hole with something. And that something was a storage facility for the kitchen. So it actually ended up being that this is the lowest floor of 3 floors. This lowest floor is the storage room, above it is the kitchen, and above that is the dining room. And so here I'm just putting this in. I didn't keep too much of this in the video. I cut out a lot of it. Just because it was just doing over and over again. There I was deciding whether or not I wanted to push the wall further out that way or not. Here I'm deciding how I'm supposed to get back up. What I ended up with was what I loved was a design of using a spiral staircase that's kind of offset to its own room. Here I'm just clearing out stone and dirt and all sorts of junk. And there we go. Good. Put that block in there. I think this is where I decide, okay, this is where I want, yeah, this is where, that's where I'm like, you know what, I want to put the entrance to my way up over there. And part of the reason I cut out a lot of this is because I did have to go back and forth quite a bit to get resources. I kept filling up with dirt, which there's no real reason for dirt right now. Maybe some small stone, but that's it. I would appreciate some sort of like crafting recipe which turns dirt maybe into clay, or from maybe a recipe that shifts through small rocks to find large rocks, something like that. Something to negate the need for um, or, to get rid of the, you know, the negate the what do I want to say, the uselessness of the product. We've got all this dirt, and just besides landscaping, there's not much more to do with it. And I mean, you can get small stones, but you only need so many small stones in this game. They're not even very dire. So either turning it into some sort of clay or something would be more practical. The one thing I thought about was it would be kind of cool if Keen Software or a modder would create a farm block, if you will, which was basically would be built with dirt, and that would allow for terraces to be built a lot easier. So it's basically a cube that functions as a crafting bench for seeds and farming. And I may end up taking that up. See, right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get out of here. I'm like, how am I supposed to? And then I was like, you know what? What I want to do is, I decided that I wanted to do a vaulted ceiling here. Eventually. There we go. Yep. And for some reason, this ghost block issue started happening. Where I would select a new block, and sometimes the old block would stay kind of stationary for a while in my view until I reselected the block I wanted to use. There we go, mining out a little bit more. Putting that corner in. That corner. The joys of editing. Especially when I thought I cut this down a little bit more than I did. By the way, I hope the music's not too loud. It fit the length of which I had. And it was a free domain from YouTube. And while I'm not going to be partnered very much longer, they still can take away my channel if I use copyrighted material such as music. So, I'm not going to give them a reason to get rid of me. Oh dear. I laugh about it because in next week, in one day, I will make more money than I've made since starting YouTube. But you know, it's a hobby for me. I really just enjoy doing it, and especially this game. This game is such a pleasure to build and show off. I'm trying to get that last little bit of dirt. I think I used a wedge. I do want to record different games. This game has got me so hooked right now. It's hard for me to do anything else but this. So anyways, I tack these in. Just trying to figure out where I cut that video. Oh, there we go. So you can kind of see the spiral that goes down. And I'm cutting out the back there. Apparently now, Metal DJ is playing MechWarrior. Which I think at that time I saw that and I thought, I want to play that game again. I don't recall. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure when I announced it, but I finally got the Ace of Spades, and I can't remember if it's in this video or another, or the Wednesday video, which was audio was fine in that one. Here's the kicker, right? Is the audio in Wednesday's video is fine. Mondays is screwed up, and so is Fridays. And so I have to do, just an FYI, Fridays may be like this, or I may just do music to it and call it good because I'm running out of time. I've got to do some homework here for class, which is my priority one. That counts for everything else. So if for any reason, I'll make an announcement. If I have to focus on schoolwork, I will make that announcement and either do one video a week or something. I've said that before when finals come through. I know there's going to be a time in May, I believe, for 2 reasons. One, in May, I'm going to graduate, and I believe I have a final that I have to travel by train down to take because they don't trust us to do their finals online. Which is fine, I guess. At least that's how the teacher did it last year, is that I had to go into what they call the learning center, which is in the library down there at the school I go to. And it's very strict on how you do things. You can't even have your wallet in there. You have to take the wallet out. Apparently, they think that you might have something in the wallet. I assume somebody's probably come up with a cheat sheet for that. Messed that up. Right. Alright, so there I'm looking over my work. I didn't show off the kitchen, but it's basically the same as the basement. Oh wait, maybe I did. Nope. Here I'm showing off, this is where the king and queen will enter into the dining area. It's a wonderful build here. And I really enjoy doing this. And as you can see, that I'm running all around looking at it. But anyways, that's going to probably wrap it up for this video. If you guys got any questions or comments, the comment section is down below. My guy's going to add some more walls here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like me to do kind of like these snippets, let me know in the comments down below. And I will try to get back to, or I will try to do it on a more, on a better schedule. It's just, I have to go into the mindset of doing it when I'm recording, otherwise it's kind of, you know, slapped together like this is. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Goodbye.